The semifinals bus has reached Paco Arena in Manila, and we got 4 teams here coming from 12 teams. Air Force against PLDT for the first game. Signal against Santa Elena in our second game. And speaking of our first game, the Philippine Air Force will go up against PLDT. Number 2 meeting number 3. We say good day to all of you all the way here from Paco Arena. Welcome to your Spikers Turf 2019 Reinforced Conference. Chicky Reyes here with Mosh Cruz, live only on One Sports. And Mosh, we were talking off the air. These two teams are so familiar with each other already that we expect this to go the distance.
Yes, Chicky, this is a very exciting match. We all know that PLDT has an unfinished business. Same scenario in the Open Conference where Philippine Air Force defeated PLDT to get the championship. Now, Alpha Farah and the rest of the PLDT squad are up for revenge, while Abdilia and the rest of the Philippine Air Force troop would want the same result. They want to get that championship, back-to-back championship here in the Reinforced Conference.
Now, before I pick your brains, bago ko himayin yung magandang pag-iisip dyan, puntahan natin. Let's go to our bracketing here. Let's see what happened here. How did these 4 teams get to these 4 spots?
Now, the Philippine Air Force is at number 2 and PLDT at number 3. Now, they're going against each other, while Signal HE Spikers and Santa Elena, later, after this game, they are going against each other. Philippine Air Force and PLDT has the same stats. They have 10 and 1 loss. So, pareho lang. Pero yung point system doon nagkatalo because 26 points itong Philippine Air Force and PLDT 25 points.
Now, let's talk about the road to the semis for PLDT. It's not a smooth road for them. As you mentioned, there were a lot of some obstacles along the way, but they still made it to the top 4.
As we can see, they did good here in the Reinforced Conference. Mark Alpha Farah and John Vic de Guzman were notable players, but we also have here John Vic de Guzman, Peter Kiel, Sumagaysay, who can help the team to get this number 1 win.
So all these players will be under the microscope for this best of 3 semifinals. Let's go over to the other side, to the Air Force. Paano ba sila umabot dito sa ating Final Four, Mosh?
Now, for the Philippine Air Force, as I mentioned earlier, they have 1 loss. And look at that, they are 26 points. They won 30 sets and only lost 14 sets. Also, Ranran Abdilia and Brian Bagunas were notable players. But there is Ismail, Lopez, Gampong, and Malabanan who can help them as well.
Wow, a lot of names that we will have to look out for, and very interestingly, these are the names that we always call out, Mosh, every time we cover the Spikers Turf. Now, we'll turn you over to our Arena Barker for our pre-game protocol para po sa inyong semifinals ng Spikers Turf 2019 Reinforced Conference.
Presenting our national officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Bob Malenab, and second referee, Mr. Rene Gaspilio. Let's now meet the starting 6 for Philippine Air Force Go for Gold. Let's start off with jersey number 1, Brian Bagunas. At number 2, Francis Philip Saura. Number 8, Kim Malabunga. Jersey number 11, Airman 2nd Class Alnacran Abdilia. At number 17, Airman 2nd Class Jesse Lopez. And number 18, Madslan Gampong. Starting libero is number 14, Sandy Montero. With head coach, Staff Sergeant Roven Verayo. Let's now meet the starting lineup for PLDT Home Fiber Power Hitters. Let's start off with jersey number 2, Richard Solis. At number 7, JV Sumagaysay. Number 9, Paulo Pablico. Number 11, Joshua Omandal. Number 12, Chris Cian Silang. Number 15, Peter John Kell. Starting libero is number 18, Gilbert Longavela. With head coach, Oji Mamon. This Game 1 Best of 3 series for the semifinals round. Good luck to both teams.
There you have it for the Air Force. It's Abdilia, Gampong, Malabunga, Saura, Lopez, Bagunas, and Montero. For the Philippine Air Force Jet Spikers. Now going over to the other side. Now the fans for the PLDT Home Fiber Power Hitters. It's Solis, Kiel, Umandal, Pablico, Sumagaysay, Silang, and Longavela as the starting libero. Once again, folks, this is your semifinals. First match of the day live on One Sports Air Force, the Jet Spikers, going up against the power hitters, Chicoreas with Mosh Cruz, and we are giddy, we are excited. We're live here at Paco Arena, Manila.
And we cannot stress it even more that this is going to be an explosive game because Philippine Air Force and PLDT are really hungry for that trophy. Now, especially PLDT kasi sila din yung lumaban ng Open Conference at natalo sila itong Philippine Air Force.
Now scoring the first point in less than 10 seconds. Let me say that. Air Force up already 1-0, and we expect it to be this way. Rallies may be short, you know, but we expect it to go the distance. Look at that. You get the first ball, you set it up, and then the hit.
We expected this cheeky fire on the first few minutes here in the first set kasi kailangan meron mauna eh.
Yes.
Kailangan mauna sila to get that advantage, to get the first set, and eventually get the game.
While we are fresh here in set number 1, Mosh, as we take a look at yet another point here coming from the Air Force, coming from Gampong. Puntahan natin, June 18, first time they met. How long was that game? I mean, saan umabot? Ilang sets ba yan?
During their first meeting, 5 sets itong PLDT and Philippine Air Force.
Okay.
Now, the Philippine Air Force, sila pa rin yung nanalo dito sa elimination
alright.
round nitong reinforced conference. Kaya nga, na-mention ko kanina, sobrang gutom itong PLDT sa panalo versus Philippine Air Force.
What was the difference? Was it in the attacks, errors, blocks, aces?
Definitely, you know, overall, the Philippine Air Force performance was superb because the key players scored a lot. Ang taas ng scoring nila, Bagunas had 30 points, Abdilia 26, Malabunga 15.
My goodness.
Although they committed a lot of errors, pero binawi talaga nila sa offense.
Okay, so right now, Air Force up by 2. You mentioned they won in that first meeting. Quickly, tatanungin ko sa iyo, what do you think should the Air Force do to have this continuation of somewhat mastery over PLDT? And what should PLDT do, in your opinion, okay, para makabawi in that first meeting and at the same time, get that 1-0 lead in their best of 3? Go ahead.
You know, in their first meeting, PLDT, although they played good in offense, pero yung defense kasi nila, dun sila medyo nagkulang. Wala sila masyadong floor defense. Pero dito sa game na to, I actually talked to Coach Vil here for the Philippine Air Force. Tinanong ko siya kung ano bang kailangan nilang gawin para nga magpatuloy na matalo nila nitong PLDT. And sabi niya, ang focus namin, number 1, is receive.
Sabi ni Coach Vil yun.
So, sabi ni Coach Vil. So, knowing that he has Abdilia, Bagunas, and other strong spikers rather, yung focus niya ngayon, nasa receive na. Kasi alam niya gagana etong attackers niya kahit anong mangyari.
And I think you are on point. Although this, in the last sequence, that point went to PLDT dahil nga nandyan sila Brian. Alright, nandyan si Francis Saures also there. You got a good setter in Jesse Lopez. But PLDT is looking good here in set number 1.
I think PLDT came prepared here in this game. Matagal na nila itong hinihintay. And ano pa bang gagawin mo kapag nag-beat na kayo pareho? You will give your best 100%.
And in that last sequence, 100% was seen in that joust won by Jesse Lopez. Lead goes back to the Air Force, 5-4. Francis with that serve. Ito na ang power hitters. Publico ties it at 5.
Publico is really a great factor here in PLDT. Tinutulungan niya talaga itong key players ng PLDT. And I think I can consider him as a key player as well. Look at that attack. He has blockers, meron siyang receivers, pero walang nakakuha ng bola niya. And umandal on that regalo, receiving it right away.
And Umandal gives the lead to PLDT, 6-5. You know, if you could see Mosh Cruz here beside me, the energy is really overflowing because we really expected this to be head-to-head between these two clubs here. Good save there by Longavela. Oh, single coverage, no problem.
Malabunga with his long arms. Yan yung sinasabi ko, kapag nasa harap si Malabunga, huwag mong gagawin yun kasi kahit anong mangyari, maaabot niya yung bola.
At nagbunga ang paghihintay ni Malabunga. Been wanting to say that. Because it's hard, you know, I mean, you're there at the net. We always see two people jumping up. But that time around, Malabunga reading properly what the offense wanted to do. Tied at 6 here in set number 1. Paalala po, this is a best of 3. Lopez overcooking that serve, and the lead goes to PLDT 7-6.
Ito yung dapat iwasan ng Philippine Air Force, yung unforced errors nila. Kasi during their first meeting, ang taas ng numbers na binigay nila dito sa PLDT. They had 36 errors.
Wow!
So, imagine, ang laki ng difference kung hindi nila nagagawa yung mga errors na yon. Great blocking by Umandal and Kiel on that one.
And because of that block by Umandal, PLDT home fiber up by 2, 8-6 here in set number 1. That deserves another look. The timing.
That was a single block. I'm sorry
go
for
ahead.
Umandal. Akala ko kasama niya si Kiel on that one, pero blocking Bagunas, mag-isa lang siya.
8-6 PLDT up by 2 as we go to the first technical timeout of set number 1.
Pero yung nakataas na ang kamay. Over sa kabila. Nebaw. Depende sa ano. Kapit na, kapit! Oh, there we go!
We're back here in Paco Arena in Manila. First set of our best of 3. The Air Force down by 2. Silang and the rest of PLDT up by 2. 8-6 here in set number 1. Chicky Reyes with Mosh Cruz. First of our doubleheader today. Boom! Zone 1 is open.
Very nice combination play for PLDT, and that was a quick attack by Malabunga.
Now the lead of PLDT down to a point. It's going to be Brian serving. 7 serving 8. Loaded serve, but it's slow.
Fresh from Thailand, etong si Bagunas, Abdilla, and the rest of the RP team.
Now you mentioned that you can't have those errors piling up. Ilan? 36 in that first
36
meeting.
errors, yes.
That's like a set and a half that you gave away.
Masyadong madami. Good thing, binawi nila talaga sa offense dahil ang taas din ang percentage nila sa opensa. Pero kung hindi nila nagawa yon, PLDT should have got that win.
And Gampong did that. After that error by Bagunas, Gampong going down the line. 9-8, PLDT up by a point. Oh, you gotta love that. Good presence of mind coming from Kiel.
Ang ganda ng inisip ni Kiel dito. He had 2 blockers pero hinulog niya sa kabilang side and there was no coverage for Philippine Air Force.
I would always say this, Mosh, the beauty of having the hops. Air time, no? Hintay ka lang doon, then you decide last second.
Yeah. Pwede ka magpalit ng isip. Hulog ko ba? Papaluin ko ba?
And that's the luxury of people with hops. But it's a service error coming from PLDT, so they give a free point to the Air Force. 10-9. Power hitters up by a point. Mads, nice serve there. One hand set. Chance ball. One more time, Publico. Ooh, seeing a campfire on the other side.
And again, same spot, no coverage for Philippine Air Force. Yun ulit yung tinarget nitong PLDT.
11-9. I expected this. Hindi puro power hits makikita natin. Some drop shots here and there, soft touches here and there.
You know, Chiki, kapag puro power hits naman sila din yung mapapagod in the end.
Yeah.
And we are expecting this game to extend at 5 sets. So kapag first set pa lang, palo sila ng palo, wala na silang energy sa 5th set.
They remembered that June 18 meeting that it lasted 2 hours and 12 minutes. So they know they have to conserve energy. But Ranran not conserving any energy. That last serve, it went out of bounds.
Too wide for Ranran Abdilla. And he knew it right away. Pagbato pa lang niya, alam niya na lalabas yung bola.
Still a 2-point lead here for PLDT, 12-10. Solis with that good serve. And again, Francis Saura not wasting that set by Lopez, not going for the power, but going for that soft touch.
Saura, kung anong ginawa ng PLDT sa kanila, siya naman on that one, just drop ball and no receivers for PLDT.
You know, if I were to make an analogy to another sport like boxing, Mosh, I'm seeing 2 great attackers and also good counter punchers here.
That is right. You know, PLDT and Philippine Air Force, pareho silang merong skilled attackers, receivers.
Yes.
And dun na lang tayo magkakatalo sa focus and set of mind nila.
Check this out. This is probably one of the longest rallies we've seen here in set 1. And it ended there. Longavela getting that first ball, but it went wayward.
That was not the most powerful hit from Bagunas. Pero etong PLDT Pablico, was that Pablico? I'm sorry. Ine-expect niya kasi malakas yung palo nito ni Bagunas.
Yeah.
Kaya nag-prepare siya, pero hindi malakas. So, mas lalo niyang na-misreceive.
We have to check that service error later on, okay? Mukhang nagpa-pile up na yan para si Air Force. Lead goes back to PLDT 13-12. Just a reminder of viewers, June 18, their first set went 26-24 in favor of PLDT. Let's see if it will go extended set here again. Looks like it. We're tied at 13.
Just exchanging points and also errors na kailangan nilang i-adjust dito.
Lopez again serving for the Air Force. Set up job. Ginawa ng paraan. Meantime, Lopez going to Bagunas. But there's a whistle already.
That was a double touch violation for the Philippine Air Force. Masyado nang nagpa-pile up itong unforced errors ng Philippine Air Force.
Eagle eyes coming from first referee Bob Malenab. 1 point lead PLDT. Oh, good defense there by the power hitters. But they just return it to the other side. Ooh, Bagunas. Oh, I think he jammed a finger in that last hit. Aray.
Masakit yun, Chiki.
But do you have the luxury of feeling the pain right now? I don't think so.
No, I think hindi mo na yun maiisip. After ng game mo na lang mararamdaman yung ulit yung sakit na ganun.
Di ba? Pagpag mo na lang yan. And rest it after the conference. Set up job by Lopez. Off the block, Abdilia scores.
Look at the rotation of the Philippine Air Force. Ever since ganito sila, nasa likod si Bagunas serving and Abdilia is now in front.
Now the lead swings back to the Jet Spikers. Brian again. Now, by my count, that's probably his second service error already for this match.
And Solis knew right away, iniwasan na niya yung bola. Malapit siya dun sa pinagbaksakan ng bola pero hindi na siya nag-effort para kunin yun.
Silang, good serve there. Lopez going to the other side. Oh, and sinubukang tumulay sa alambre ni Abdilia but it didn't work. And because of that, that lead goes to PLDT. Again, 16-15 as we go to the second technical timeout of set number 1. The PLDT home fiber power hitters hanging on to a 1-point lead, 16-15 against the Philippine Air Force. We are in set number 1 of this best-of-3 semifinals for your Spikers Turf 2019 Reinforced Conference. Chicky Ray is here with Mosh Cruz live on One Sports. And for our second match later on, it's going to be Signal against Santa Elena. Also an exciting match because Signal with only 1 loss coming from Santa Elena pa in their elimination round game. Oh! Great net defense by PLDT.
Really great blocking by Kiel and Solis on that one. Kanina pa nila ginagawa yun. Maganda itong net defense ng PLDT ngayon. And Chiki, to mention that wala pa dito si Alpha Farah and si John Vic sa loob.
You're right.
They are doing great.
You know, thank you for pointing that out as we saw a service error coming from Silang. I would often see John Vic and Alpha Farah as part of the starting 6, but not in this match.
I think Chiki kasi they are fresh from Thailand, you know, from the matches nila doon. Pinapagpahinga muna sila dito. And I think si Coach Oji knows that etong game na to is will go on 5 sets. So nire-reserve muna niya itong energy nito ni Alpha Farah and John Vic.
And people like Umandal are responding to this, let's say, change of game plan here, because right now, if you're on the other side, the Air Force, who would you guard? Choose your poison, right? And Gampong, I would say, with that cross court, is probably the brightest spot here for the Air Force in set 1.
That is right. He knew where to place his attack. Ang ganda nung pagkapwesto niya doon, and no receivers for PLDT on that one.
But look at the score. Only 1 point separating the power hitters from the Jet Spikers. Petrus serving for the Air Force. Silang combination to Solis. On the other side, Ranran opting to go with a soft one. Didn't work. Oh, Saura, hang time, doing something about that last execution.
Ginawa na lang niya ng paraan. Ang baba-baba na nung bola. Pero he was able to get that ball through and nalagay niya sa PLDT. Itong PLDT, wala nang nagawa on that one.
And we call that GNP. Ginawa ng paraan. Totoo yun. And you saw that in that last offense by the Air Force. But the service error continues for the Air Force in set 1.
Very obvious na mas marami na itong service errors ng Philippine Air Force compared to PLDT. PLDT is playing focused. Really, alam nila kung ano yung mission nila in this game.
Now they're asking for a deflection, the Air Force. Referee Bob said, wala. It went out. The point will go to PLDT. 2-point lead for the power hitters. Run. Going cross court this time around. Sinukat ng maayos. It's in.
That is the second time na nakakuha sila ng score targeting that zone from PLDT.
My goodness, we expected this. 20-19. Just 1 point separating these two teams. Make that 2. Solis makes it 21-19.
Solis again knowing where to place his attack. Itong receivers ng Philippine Air Force kanina, ang ganda ng floor defense nila, but on that one, they froze and wala nang nakakuha. Look at that. Dalawa sila pero they were not on the right position to get that attack.
And you mentioned John Vic coming off the bench. He has been inserted together with Villegas. Ronchet with that serve. Back to the black shirts. Another combination there, but this time around, pinanggigilan ni John Vic. It backfired.
Yes, masyadong malayo yung set dito kay John Vic. He was expecting that ball na mas malapit sa net kasi ganun pumalo si John Vic.
And we saw him earlier asking the setter to raise it up a bit. De Guzman. That time around it worked. And Villegas made sure that that set was perfect for John Vic.
And John Vic just using the blockers of Philippine Air Force. Hindi niya nalakasan yung palo, pero plinacing lang niya sa kamay para tumalsik yung bola.
22-20, a 2-point lead here for PLDT. Pablico. On the other side, too strong was the hit of Brian Bagunas.
Philippine Air Force is having a hard time to receive the first balls from PLDT, kaya nahihirapan din silang umatake. Laging misreception, misreceive.
Let's listen into the huddle of the Air Force.
Hirap lang. Patay ka agad. Ha? Ikot tayo isa. Ikot natin ang isa. Dulo ka na ba? Harap si Jesse. Ikot si Jesse. Maluwas tayo error. Hintay sa gagawin ng kalaban eh. Ang resibo. Kung intindihin yung pagod saglit lang yan eh. 25 ang score ni isang beses di pa tayo nakakabla kahit isa. Sabay kayo na sabay sa quick. Kayo mas malaki dun, kayo hindi nakakabla.
We heard that. Sabay kayo ng sabay sa quick, di pa tayo nakakaisang block. And assistant coach Dante, if I'm not mistaken, said, ano mo yung pagod? don't mind being tired. This is semis.
Definitely, kasi nakikita nila hindi pa nakakasabay itong Philippine Air Force. Firstly, nahihirapan silang receive ng bola ng PLDT. And then the blocking, wala pa silang nagagawa on that department. And the pagod, kasi nga, Chiki, as I mentioned earlier, they came from Thailand.
Yes.
Kakadating lang nila and lumaban agad sila sa semifinals.
But to the point of the coaching staff, I gotta agree with that. You can't use that as an excuse right now. Umabot ka na dito. It's a very short best of 3. You need every point. And I think they responded to that last huddle, responded to the marching orders. The lead is down to 1. It's the turn of PLDT to have this timeout. Let's check in with Coach Oji Mamon here.
Masyado nga nakasaksak doon, nagkapatong na kayo ni... Sino ba katabi mo doon na Brando? Si Pao, ha? Puro ako ligigit na. Receive kanan, ha? Sabi ko, dinala mo sa kanto yun, hindi over. Sa kanya, mali ko yan, mali ko yan. Bilis lang ang basa kasi nangargat si Ceci. Hey! Painan nyo muna ng malayo kayo.
Using the vernacular, help us decipher that last huddle by Coach Oji. Mosh.
Now, Coach Oji, gusto niya yung receive nila dalhin sa kanan para ma-set up agad nito ni Villegas and maka-atake sila mabuti. Kasi kanina, on that error, nadala sa kaliwa nito ng libero nila.
Okay.
Kaya nakascore si Bagunas.
The changes requested by Coach Oji. Umandal has been responding to the marching orders as well of Coach Mamon, and they're up by 2, 24-22. Set point here for PLDT. Sumagaysay, nice leaper of a serve there. Back to the Air Force. And the support, the defense at the back wasn't there. And because of that, PLDT getting this one 25-22. Set 1 immediately done, going the way of the PLDT home fiber power hitters in only 23 minutes. Set number 2 when we come back.
Aalaw ni God na makabalik ulit sa championship at makuha yung championship, di mas maigi para sa team namin.
So, syempre, masakit yung pagkatalo namin last season. And siguro yun yung pinaka magiging motivation namin dahil talagang gustong-gusto rin namin mag-champion. And pinaka-importante doon is yung team kung paano maglalaro inside. If you want speed, power, and athleticism, catch Spiker's Turf on One Sports.
Set number 1 summary here. It goes the way, or it went the way of PLDT 25-22.
I won't even discuss the other departments. I will just discuss the errors. Look at that, 11 errors versus the errors of PLDT, 4 lang. Because I saw in the first set, very focused itong PLDT to get that set. Ang ganda ng receive nila, ang ganda rin ng blocks nila. Look, they had 3 blocks versus just 1 from Philippine Air Force. No aces, pareho teams, pero mas maganda yung teamwork nitong PLDT in the first set.
And that deficit in the attack department that went the way of the Air Force, tama ka. Binawi ng PLDT in the block department and they took care of the error department as well. So we'll watch out for that, Mosha, in set number 2 and the sets moving forward to see if, number 1, can the Air Force address that? Number 2, can PLDT continue doing what they did well in set number 1?
That is right, because we know that Philippine Air Force, medyo diesel itong team na to. They start slow, pero kapag nakapag-warm up na sila, dun na gumagana itong team nila. Now, for PLDT, they need to do what they did in the first set. Ang ganda na ng nilalaro nila. And itong Philippine Air Force, they need to adjust on their errors, as you mentioned earlier.
2-0 Air Force up here in set number 2. Magunas. Brian again. Now on the other side, Umandal was rejected. But looking at referee Bob, he wants to have a conference and says, teka lang, don't bug me first.
Ang hirap kasing, ang hirap tignan nung ganun, ang bilis ng bola. Now, the ball will go to PLDT. That was an outside from the block of Malabunga.
So tingnan natin how this will pan out. 2-1 in favor of the Air Force in set number 2.
That was a mishit by Malabunga. Rinig na rinig natin, mali yung pagkatama niya sa bola. That's why it went outside.
2-all in set 2. Set up job for Gampong. Ooh, and it grazes my head. Good thing I was able to move 1 inch back.
That was a great attack by Gampong and he had 2 blockers. But still, lumabas yung bola, nag-bounce dito, papunta sa amin ni Cheeky. And that ball will go to the Philippine Air Force.
Indeed, it really grazed my head. I'm not kidding, guys. That was a fast one. 3-2 Air Force up by a point. Now you know why we love it here in Spiker Surf. Oh, campfire there. Again.
Seeing the hole here in the court of PLDT. Gampong, last attack niya, ang ganda. Nilagyan niya ng, niloadan niya. Pero on that one, drinop ball lang niya sa gitna and walang nakakuha sa PLDT.
Oh, that's another service error coming here. Coming from Brian Bagunas.
Tinatansya pa ni Bagunas itong service niya dito sa game nila versus PLDT. Pero kapag nakuha niya yung rhythm na hinahanap niya, that would be deadly.
Air Force up, still up by a point though. Now they're up by 2. They're getting points from other people. Malabunga chipping in that last sequence.
Binawi niya yung error niya kanina, making sure to get a point for his team.
Malabunga will serve. And they get a point there. It's a 3-point lead rather for the Air Force.
But if you are in the PLDT side, let us commend their effort. Lahat sila tumakbo para habulin yung bola na yun.
Malabunga once more. Nice serve there. And single coverage for Saura did not work. The lead of the Air Force down to 2, 6-4. Peter Kiel with that serve. Set up job by Jesse to run.
Oh, there was a net violation from PLDT, giving a point to Philippine Air Force. But still, that attack from Abdilia was powerful.
7-4, 3-point lead for the Air Force. Balik sa Air Force ang bola. Jesse going back to Ran. This ball loves our area here. But we don't mind. Now it's a 4-point lead here for the Air Force. 8-4 in set number 2. We go to our first technical timeout in this set.
Magsalita kasi. Adot.
Sila. Alaga.
Okay, Air Force. Bilang buhay.
Pasa muna tayo, tapos pahala na sa ano.
Charge. Medyo malambot.
Hey! Go. PLDT home. Power!
We're back here in Paco Arena, Manila for the second set of this match between PLDT and the Air Force. Chiquireros with Mosh Cruz and Mosh, for our viewers who just tuned in, or for those of our viewers who went to their kitchens and got their snacks and went back. What happened? How come the Air Force, they're up by 4? Is this a flat start in set 2 for PLDT?
Definitely a flat start for PLDT. Nawala yung nakita natin kanina on the first set kasi kanina ang ganda ng blockings nila and floor defense. But now, in this set, mas maganda yung palo nitong Philippine Air Force and nagbablock na rin sila kaya lumamang sila.
And they need more of those attacks or more of those approach. If they want to stop this good second set run by the Air Force. Air Force up by 4 again.
And on that one, Bagunas came from the back pero ang ganda pa rin ng palo. PLDT, wala na silang nagawa on that attack.
Abdilia. Classic jump serve. It's an ace.
And again, as I mentioned earlier, nawala itong floor defense ng PLDT. Solis, tinignan na lang yung service nito ni Abdilia.
Run once more. They are up by 5. Another loaded serve. But look at that. Solis getting the first ball and then great attack from him as well.
That is right. You can see in his face na gusto niyang sumuscore para matapos na dito sa service line si Abdilia.
Now going back to that June 18 meeting. PLDT, they got set 1 in June 18 meeting. They also got set number 1 here in this match. At the net. It's in. Zone 5 was unguarded. Nawala yung taong bahay.
And ang ganda ng ginawa ng PLDT dito. Ang bilis ng galaw nila. That's why hindi pa nakaka-ready itong defense ng Philippine Air Force. Naka-atake na sila.
2 straight points coming from the power hitters. Lopez going to Bagunas. Soft touch there. Another campfire.
I knew it na ganun yung gagawin neto ni Brian Bagunas kasi bago siya tumalon, tinignan niya etong zone 2.
Crucial yan, yung silip muna what the defense is doing. Up by 4 again are the Air Force Jet Spikers. Back to Bagunas, this time with power, and they're up by 5.
This time, cross-court of Bagunas was very effective. 2 blockers from PLDT pero lumusot lang sa kamay nila.
12-7. You know, these two teams, they can easily turn that switch on whenever they want to. And right now, when PLDT turned that switch on the first set, right now Air Force has turned it on here in the second.
That is right. And kanina nga nag-usap tayo, Chiki, sabi natin, parehong malalim itong PLDT and Philippine Air Force, and anytime anyone can step up, umandal on that attack. Grabe. Look at that. 2 blockers pero ang lakas ng palo, ang bilis, perfect timing.
And he has been delivering for PLDT in this match. Lopez going to Bagunas again. And it's in. That zone 1 was open. And Solis thought that it was going to go out.
Nagkatinginan na lang sila ni Coach Ogie on that one. Tinignan niya agad. Kasi parehong nasa harapan nila.
Siguro yung tingin as if to say, sorry coach. Umandal. Oh! And Montero together with Abdilia, they were looking at each other. Kanino ba yun?
That was definitely for Montero. Naka-forward na si Abdilia for the defense. Pero kasi akala nila lalabas yung bola.
Over-receive there, coming from Ranran. Chance for PLDT to score again. They go to the hot guy, but not hot this time.
Triple block for the Philippine Air Force. Malabunga, Gampong, and Bagunas were there for that attack from Umandal. Dahil nakita nila, ang ganda na ng palo ni Umandal kanina. Ngayon, triple block, hindi na umubra.
5-point lead for the Air Force. We got this time out. Let's listen in.
Hindi walang problema yung yung sa kanila yung sa akin lang. Yung mga puntos na natin na alam mo yung error na walang kwenta. Kalma muna.
Tulong tayo kuya, tulong tayo, tulong.
Parang may kulang kulang tayo lang isa pang vocal leader doon. Sige lang ang hindi lang puro encouragement. Instruction talaga. Huwag kang magtago sa likod ng block. Tulungan mo ko dito sa gilid. Pasok ka sa kanila.
Coach Oji said it, walang kwentang errors, useless errors, and he is missing that nice noise, the conversation, the communication in the court.
You know, Chiki, that is really important inside the court. Meron kailangang player. Hindi kayong, sige, go lang. You need to instruct your teammates what to do. Kasi minsan nawawala sila sa focus now. You need to be there kasi ikaw yung coach inside.
Yeah. Kumaga may shared responsibility, right? 14-10 Air Force up by 4. It's Umandal. Serving there for PLDT. Lopez going to Abdilia. Abdilia scores again and gives the Air Force a 5-point lead.
Parang ang simple-simple lang kay Abdilia nung atake na yon. Parang walang nangyari. Pero nahirapan yung blockers niya. Solis and Kiel, they jumped for that pero hindi nila nakuha.
Good serve. Oh, another point here for the Air Force. Now they're up by 6, 16-10 as we go to the second technical timeout of set number 2.
Mga madali yung sumilip sa kabila. Tapos sa mababa
Taas pa konti.
Kaya ganito, pag naset ko, pinakabit ka ng cover. Let's go, tuloy lang. Bago mag-20, kailangan makahabol na tayo sa kanila.
Ayun lang, kapit na, nakakapit.
Hindi ganun. Kanina, hindi pa ganyang kalaki. Anim na yan. Kailangan maingat na laro dyan. Saka, kailangan meron tayong sangga. Suntok lang ang suntok yung kalaban nyo, may sangga at may counter.
Angkat na, kahit ano
Saba, sangga natin? Sangga sa taas. Sangga sa ilalim. Go, laban! Pinipinat dito.
I'm not sure if you were able to hear that or catch that huddle by Coach Oji, but tama yung analogy natin. Even Coach Oji would made that analogy to boxing. Sabi niya yung kalaban natin, di lang puro suntok, merong sangga, may counter.
May counter.
Now he's looking for that, not the punches from PLDT, but the defense. Yung sangga. And he also said that we better catch up before they hit the 20 mark.
Kasi ang layo na nitong Philippine Air Force. Now for PLDT, nakikita natin, mas gusto kasi nilang umatake. Hindi na sila dumidepensa. Doon naman sila napapatay ng Philippine Air Force. Dahil ngayon naman, ang ganda ng depensa ng Philippine Air Force, kaya mas maganda yung atake nila.
Let's see if they'll follow the instructions of Coach Oji. Montero setting up Bagunas and coming off that last huddle, 2 straight points from PLDT.
Very well read by Sumagaysay and Solis on that one. Nakita nila sineta pa dito si Bagunas from the back. And alam nila na diretso yung palo ni Bagunas doon.
4-point lead for the Air Force. Abdilia opting to go with an off-speed. But that attack is in.
First ball pa lang, lumapag na dito sa floor yung bola ni Abdilia. And we saw right there, tinignan muna ni Ranran kung saan niya ilalagay yung bola niya.
And I even saw Coach Rovil Verayo approaching second referee Rene Gaspilio and pleading that that should have been whistled earlier on.
That was a late call.
17-12, 5-point lead for the Air Force. Now that lead is down to 4.
Solis has been really effective here in this game. Ang ganda ng ginagawa niya, receive and even sa attacks. But now, he will rest for a bit.
So that lead, that 6-point lead of the Air Force has gone down to 4 here, Mosh. Villegas will serve for PLDT. 13 serving 17. Back to PLDT. Off the block, De Guzman scores.
Very nice attack by De Guzman and no receiver for Philippine Air Force. Mali yung positioning nila dun sa depensa na yon.
Now, what did Coach Oji say in that last huddle? Bago umabot ng 20, we better catch up.
And they are really responding. Ang ganda ng ginagawa ng PLDT after that last timeout.
Ismail stops the bleeding here for the Air Force, increasing their breathing room to 4 points.
Ismail, for the first time here in this game, ngayon lang naglaro itong si Ismail. And let us see, he is a great contributor as well for the Philippine Air Force.
The jump serve by Abdilia. Set up job by Villegas for John Vic. De Ocampo opting to go to Bagunas, who goes to the back and it's out.
Too powerful on that attack by Bagunas. Kahit nakita natin, flinik niya yung wrist niya, pero outside pa rin yung bola.
So now, that lead of the Air Force, again, as mentioned, down to 3, 18-15. De Ocampo opting to go to Ismail, and Ismail is doing a good job here in stopping this run by PLDT.
Very relaxed pa to si Fauci Ismail. Hindi pa siya pumapalo ng malakas. But very effective. Look at that simple attack from him.
Francis with that serve.
That is inside for Philippine Air Force.
It's in according to our line official. And we saw Coach Oji Mamon trying to wave his hands. But that call will not be changed anymore.
And now the Philippine Air Force is at the 20-point mark.
They have exceeded that already. They are beyond the 20-point mark, or rather, that lead has gone down to 4. I stand corrected. Air Force only up by 4. So pwede pa.
Pwede pa,
For
malayo
PLDT.
pa.
Sumagaysay will serve. Bagunas. And they set up Umandal again.
Umandal once again, getting a point for PLDT. Ang gaganda ng atake nito ni Umandal kanina pa. And as you can see, if you will look at Umandal, parang wala nangyari.
Parang I do this every day. 3-point lead for the Air Force. De Ocampo going back to Bagunas. And Bagunas increases their lead back up to 4.
Dungaw na dungaw ni Brian yung net on that one. Ang taas ng talo niya.
For the Air Force, you want to string up about 2 more points here to put the pressure on PLDT. But if PLDT will be able to score about 2 to 3 straight, then the tide or the momentum will shift back to them. Umandal blocked at the net.
Malabunga and Gampong were there for Umandal. Nakita nila kanina pa ang ganda ng atake ng Umandal. And now they made sure to block his attack to get a point.
5-point lead for the Air Force. That's checked in with a huddle of PLDT.
Malado mong binaon? Mahaba-haba konti pa. Ganda nung sabi.
Ay, walang bibitaw ha, walang bibitaw. Recover lang. Recover naman natin ay workout natin.
Andi dito naman si... Ay, sa dulo ka ba? Kaya nyo, bagalan nyo receive pero papunta dito sa kanan, ha?
Hindi namin lang.
Let's play 1 now.
Gogo mo kahit okay.
1 na, kaliwang balikan.
Pilit daw receive.
Basta dito sa dulo.
5 lang yan. Maabutan natin. Go! Benta po sa baby go! Baby, pakita.
Mosh, why does Coach Oji want the point of attack to be on the right side?
Kasi nakita niya wala yung receivers dito ng Philippine Air Force. And on that one, sinabi niya, masyado mong binaon, habaan mo. Kaya kasi na-block siya ng solid, saktong-sakto yung atake niya sa kamay ng blockers niya. Kung hinabaan niya yon, just like that, yung ginawa niya ngayon, tatalsik yung bola kasi.
I'm shaking my head here because the chess match continues between these two great coaches and Coach Oji and Coach Vil. 18 serving 22. PLDT down by 4. It's John Vic serving for the black and red. Quick one for Malabunga.
That was a nice setup by Jesse Lopez for Malabunga. Parang nag-slow motion yung setup na yun, kaya ang ganda ng atake ni Malabunga.
They are exchanging points here with the Air Force, and if that continues, this will go the way of the Jet Spikers. Villegas, the back set to John Vic. Lopez was there. And that zone 6 was open. Gampong scoring again for the Air Force.
Nakita natin malayo na yung second ball. Si Lopez yung nag-receive ng first ball. Now they were able to set up Gampong pa and get a point out of that.
Umandal with a cross court. And referee Bob rules it as a point for PLDT.
That is definitely in for Umandal. Ang ganda ng pagkaka-cross court niya. Konting-konti na lang. Look at that. No receivers. Ang bilis ng bola.
19 serving 24. Abdilia finishes set number 2. They get this one 25-19.
Now, as we mentioned earlier, itong Philippine Air Force diesel team. Nag-warm up pa sila on the first set, kinakapakapa pa nila, but on the second set and sa ibang sets, doon na gumagana yung teamwork nila, and that's what happened here in the second set, ending the set 25-19.
We are one set tied apiece for these two clubs. Set 3 when we come back.
Excited kami sa mga kalaban namin. Mas magiging maganda yung labanan ngayong season.
Tinignan namin kung anong kahinaan ng kalaban para doon namin sila maatake.
Sundalo kami, doon na nag-start yung samahan namin. Walang iwanan.
Hi, I'm Nino Jerus.
I'm Jeffrey Malabanan.
I'm Petros Paulo de Ocampo, inviting you to watch Spikers Turf on One Sports.
Hukbong himpapawid ng Pilipinas getting set number 2, 25-19.
Chiki, look at the difference from the first set. Errors, Philippine Air Force, 4 na lang. And for the PLDT, 2. So, both teams na-minimize nila yung errors. The attack, 16 and 14. And ito yung maganda, na-activate na ng Philippine Air Force yung net defense nila. They had 4 blocks versus 1 from PLDT. And yung aces, 3 sa kanila and wala dito sa PLDT.
I like what you mentioned there. Bumawi itong Air Force in other departments. You mentioned it, blocks, aces, and they were able to contain their errors, but they're still consistent with their attacks.
Definitely. Alam naman nila na solid itong attackers ng Philippine Air Force. Look at that. First point for Philippine Air Force here in the third set. And ang ganda-ganda ng atake ni Gampong.
I like to go back to that department in the errors. Big jump eh.
Big jump, definitely. 4 na lang from 11.
Yes, that's right. So, nice to have those numbers there para dun sa mga fans natin who love to pick on the numbers. Alpha Farah has been fielded in this match, and undoubtedly he will be a good source of points for Coach Oji.
Ito yung hinihintay natin kasi kanina sabi nga natin na nagpapahinga pa si Alpha Farah para dito sa ganitong sitwasyon for PLDT.
Lot of ones on your screens there, but not anymore. As the Air Force will get their second point here in set 3 because of that service error coming from PLDT.
Ang ganda tignan, Chiki, na yung errors ng PLDT kanina, 2 lang. Pero ang missing nila kanina sa second set is yung receive. Kasi hindi na nila nakukuha yung atake na itong Philippine Air Force as well as blocking. Kasi yun yung magandang ginawa nila ng first set pero nawala ng second set.
You're right. In set 1, they lorded it over against Air Force 3-1. In set number 2, the tables were turned in favor of the Air Force 4-1. Maliit na mga bagay.
Maliit na bagay pero malaki yung difference dito sa pag tinignan mo yung game mismo.
Because our first set ended 25-22, second 25-19. These small things, put them together, that's the difference.
And lalo na very close yung game, so small errors, small difference, ang laki ng epekto.
3-2 in favor of PLDT here in set number 3. Peter with a good serve there. Gampong. One more try for the Air Force. They go to Ranran, who went cross court, and it's out.
That was wide for Ranran Abdilia, and Pablico, knowing that right away, nakangiti na siya pagpahalo pa lang ni Ranran.
And I saw Coach Oji trying to evade that ball and having a light moment with his coaching staff because he was able to evade that hit by Ranran. Bagunas going to the back, and it's good.
From the back, now he is in front. And Abdilia is gonna serve. Ang ganda talaga ng rotation itong Philippine Air Force.
3 serving 4, but that's a service error by Abdilia. Now it's a 2-point lead again for PLDT.
Kanina sa second set, he had, I think, 2 aces dito sa service niya. But now, service error agad from Ranran.
Alpha Farah will serve. Loaded serve there. Quick one for Francis. Did not work. Pablico. Back to the other side. Bagunas overcooking that hit. And PLDT now up by 3.
Ang hirap na rin kasing kunin nung setup na yun ni Abdilia. Galing sa malayo, yung lipad ng bola, hindi na matatansya. Kaya pinaluman niya pero that went outside.
Still Alpha Farah serving for PLDT. 6 serving 3. Another loaded serve, but this one goes out. Ganun pa rin eh, no? Yung tono ng game natin, it's exchanging points, exchanging errors, fantastic attacks from both squads.
So, Chiki, this is gonna be an exciting series, no? Best of 3 tayo dito sa semifinals. And game 1 pa lang ganito yung nakikita natin. What more sa game 2?
Oh my, oh my. I said that I won't be surprised if this goes 5 sets, right, in game 1. Let me rephrase that. I won't be surprised if this goes all the way to a game 3.
Yes. Actually, yun talaga yung iniisip ko, game 3. Itong
diba?
PLDT and Philippine Air Force.
At the rate they're going right now. Pablico with power. Lopez goes after that second ball. Again, an overcooked hit coming from Bagunas.
Kanina pa niya tinatamaan kasi sa ilalim yung bola. Kasi nahihirapan din sila sa setup ngayon. Though maganda yung floor defense nila, pero hindi kasi sa gitna napupunta yung second ball.
7-5. PLDT up by 2, not anymore because of that hit coming from Bagunas.
Nilagay na lang ni Brian Bagunas yung atake na yun. He did not load that one, pero nilagay niya kasi kanina niloloadan niya, pero lumalabas yung bola.
7-6. Lopez with that serve. The back set to Alpha Farah. Meantime, Lopez going to Gampong. Not really a good set, but Gampong was able to do something about it.
Gampong, alam niya ang layo na kasi dito ni Silang. Kaya nilagay niya yun sa harap, nag-dive pa. Pero hindi rin nakuha yung bola.
Tied at 7 in set number 3. Oh, that's an ace. Longavela and Alpha Farah looking at each other as if to say, uh-oh, misread.
I think Longavela thought na nandun siya sa end line, but he was not. He was forwarded.
8-7, Air Force up by 1. We'll be right back.
Ano mo na lang, huwag ka na magbuka-buka. Ikutin mo lang pa, ikutin lagi. Sigit mo na lang sa sin. Pag sigit mo na sa harap, hindi ka na magbigay. Ay, kaya mo yung magbigay. Uy! Pag dalawa na, hindi mo dagdalay. Bahala na kumuha sa lumusot sa gitna. Napakahirap tumarget ng gitna.
Former Blue Eagle Bajida Rosario played for Ateneo Sport of Basketball. Now the sports marketing manager for Smart. He told us that he's looking after the ladies team, but also making sure that the men's team are doing well here, visiting us here at Paco Arena. And we also got some beautiful people here, apart from Mosh Cruz.
Definitely, ang daming nanonood ngayon dito sa Paco Arena. And we are inviting you, since we are in the semifinals now, and game 1 pa lang, meron pa tayong game after this one. And best of 3 series itong semifinals and finals. So more time to watch and more time to enjoy.
9-7, Air Force up by 2. You know what I'm seeing here right now, Mosh, what we're witnessing right now? Adjustments are constantly being made by both Coach Oji and Coach Will and the players. Kaya hindi nagkakalayo eh. Now the score is 9-8.
And ang ganda ng gano'n na nag-a-adjust sila on the spot. Binabasa nila yung opponents nila. And kaya nga ganito yung game natin. Malapit lang and nakikita nila, look at that combination play by Philippine Air Force. Malabunga. Kanina ang ganda ng ginawa niya pero nawala siya ng konti dito sa set na to and early in the set. But look at that. Ang ganda ng combination na yon from Jessie Lopez and Malabunga.
Umandal again delivering here after failing to block that last hit by Malabunga. Binawi niya agad.
And kanina pa nakaka-score dito si Umandal. Hindi nila nababantayan talaga.
Jesse, wow, contorting his body for that setup for Abdilia. Sometimes we fail to see what the setters can do, you know?
But in reality, really, ang setter ang pinaka-importante dito sa volleyball.
2 people at the net, successful block for the Air Force.
And that setup was too low for Umandal.
12-9, Air Force up by 3. PLDT calling for this timeout. Let's listen in.
Blocker dito.
Go, pare, let's go.
Doon nga sa maganda naman yung pass na eh. Dalawa yung magkukommit dun sa'yo. Pag sinut mo sa dulo, single block yun. Mag-double block man, may maliit naman. Guys, huwag yung bitawan. Ano na eh, tumahimik kayong bigla eh. Tayo na natin first set.
Let's go, let's go.
Ang pangit kasi
PLDT!
nalaglag yung bola sa court eh.
Coach Oji Mamon really hit the nail on the head. Tumahimik kayo eh. You were not this quiet when we started the game. That was the message he told his men.
Definitely, the fire on PLDT side, nawala. Nawala yung nag-iingay, nawala yung nag-cheer, nawala yung focus nila. And just like that, Philippine Air Force with a great attack. Wala nagawa na naman itong PLDT.
13-9 as we take a look at that last sequence there. Good defense again shown by the white shirts. Alpha Farah, they need this contribution here. Lopez, quick one. Good dive, but that ball goes back to the Air Force. Saura scoring off the block.
So ang missing dito sa PLDT, Chiki, is yung ingay nila and yung winning mentality. Kasi nawala.
Now they needed that. Talking about the service error of Air Force to cut that lead down to 4. But if you're Coach Oji, okay, we got a point off an error. You want to see points na tinrabaho nyo.
Yes,
Diba?
definitely.
Umandal, good serve there. Montero going to Gampong. Back to the black shirts. They're feeding Alpha Farah now. Lopez going to Abdilia. Hinabol yung set. Chance ball. Ooh, Baguna scores again.
But that was a nice rally for PLDT. Nakukuha nila yung atake ng Philippine Air Force, but not on that last attack from Bagunas, because look at that from the back. Grabe.
Na-deceive ni Jesse, no? They thought that that person in the middle will be hitting it. Publico off the block. Gets it back immediately.
Also, Publico did a great job on the first set, pero nawala siya ng second set.
Yes.
Hindi natin nakita yung mga atake na gano'n ni Publico. Now, he needs to do it again para makahabol sila dito sa third set.
15-11. That's a good read coming from Publico. So 2 points, quick points coming from Publico. The lead of the Air Force down to 3. Abdilia. Look at that. He had to bend low to get that first ball.
Definitely, first ball, pinaghirapan niya. Then they were able to set him up, pero yung atake, parang ang ganda ng first ball.
Air Force up by 4. We go to the second technical timeout of set number 3.
Hindi nyo nga alam kung sino yung mga attacker sa kabila eh. Dumadaan yung parang sa gitna ni, sa gitna niya. Kasi ang taas, ayaw nyung i-forward. Sa gitna. PLDT!
Joshua Umandal and the rest of the PLDT home fiber power hitters down by 4 here in set number 2. They're facing Ranan Abdil and the rest of the Air Force. And we heard the plea of Coach Oji Mamon of PLDT. Ibalik nyo yung ingay, yung style of play that he saw in set number 1.
Kasi Chiki, the skills are there. Alam niya, magagaling na yung players niya. Now, it's a matter of focus and mentality dito. Nawawala kasi sila kapag lumalakas yung atake nitong Philippine Air Force.
17-12, 5-point lead here for the Air Force. That's a service error coming from Ranran Abdilia.
He was targeting the corner of PLDT, scored. That went wide.
So the lead of the Air Force down to 4. Ito na naman yung sinabi ni Coach Oji, huwag niyong paabutin ng 20. Diba? In set number 2, he said that.
But look at the players now. He has Sumagaysay, De Guzman, Publico, Pecaña, Umandal, and Villegas. Solid players for PLDT now.
Now they have to join forces right now. Double called against Air Force. If you're the Air Force, you're up by 3. You want to continue putting on that pressure.
Kahit lamang ka kasi kapag nandito ka na sa semifinals, an error is an error.
Tako po, oo.
Alam mo yun, hindi ka pwedeng magkamali kahit maliit or malaking bagay.
Oh yes, indeed. Agree with you 100%. Second ball, hinabol ni Gampong. And look at that. Brian Bagunas. Oh, what happened?
The ball touched the antenna on that one. Kasi si Gampong, nagdalawang isip pa siya kunin yung second ball. Kaya tinaas na lang niya. And Brian Bagunas tried to attack from that one. Pero masyadong overshoot yun.
Now PLDT is within whispering distance. They're down by 2. They go back to Bagunas. The cross court is good. Publico, mali yung basa lang doon.
Mali yung basa. 2 blockers, Sumagaysay and De Guzman were there pero iniiwas ni Brian Bagunas. Publico was there pero hindi siya nakagalaw.
Lead of the Air Force up to 3 again. Francis with that serve. Back to the Air Force. They can build a 4-point lead if they score on this one, and they do!
Bagunas off the block. 3 blockers for Brian Bagunas on that one. Pero pinatalsik niya, nilagyan niya ng power. Hindi na nahabol ng PLDT.
19-15. Jet Spikers up by 4. The power hitters calling for this timeout. Let's check in.
Ano tawag doon? Kasi hindi kayo sumusunod doon sa instruction. Sabi nga yung last line of defense natin, triple block yun. Ba't nakapasok ka? Yung dalawang gilid ang papasok, yung gitna, atras na yan. Bakit ba binablock nyo lagi yung referee? Yung hindi nang papalo yun?
Okay, coach. Adjust ako. Sige, adjust po.
Relax na. Relax yan. Relax.
Ano kasi, kung gusto nyo tabatan nyo na, adjust nyo paloob. Hindi yung galing kayo sa gitna, pagtakbo nyo, lagpas na kayo ng antena.
Well, we heard it from Coach Oji with a little bit of humor there. Why do you have to guard the referee Bob? He's not gonna hit it anyway.
Masyado kasi silang nakadikit dun sa corner na yon. Kaya ang sinasabi niya, 2 blockers dumikit doon, pero yung isa lumabas.
But for our viewers, in case you don't know, referee Bob used to play a lot of volleyball and was a good player himself during his heydays. Huh? We'll try to focus later again. There you go, referee Bob is there in the background, and really good to listen to our coaches. Now, fun to listen to our coaches here. 19-16 Air Force up by 3. Nope, they're up by 4.
And that is a net violation by PLDT, an error that they cannot commit dito sa sitwasyon na to because Philippine Air Force is now in the 20-point mark.
Something that Coach Oji mentioned in the previous set. He knows how scary it is for an opponent to reach that 20 mark. Umandal responds with a down the line and it's good.
Again, really, Umanda doing a great job here for PLDT. Kanina pa siya, hindi talaga siya nababantayan ng Philippine Air Force.
Siya yung bright spot, ano?
Pero very quiet.
Yeah.
If you look at Umandal,
flying under the radar. Hindi siya dynamic, hindi siya colorful, hindi siya animated, just doing his job. Oh! Malabunga with that nice execution there.
Umandal was there, pero yung gap, kasi na-late ng konti itong si Umandal, kaya napasok pa ni Malabunga yung bola.
And that gap was what Malabunga needed. 4-point lead for the Air Force. Combination, Umandal responds again. Yes.
Hinabol na lang niya yung bola. If you will look at him, sumobra na siya dito sa poste. But still, a point for PLDT, care of Umandal.
18 serving 21. It's John Vic's turn to serve. 4 points already for De Guzman. On the other side. Good save. That ball is still alive. Lopez looking, checking, giving it to Malabunga.
Look at that.
Ooh.
Attack from Philippine Air Force. Binalik ng PLDT. Nagtinginan pa itong Philippine Air Force, but Jesse Lopez knew what to do. Malabunga was there in front of him. Look at that.
That quick look by Lopez, no? Doon nagsimula yun eh. John Vic showing us some hops and airtime.
Outsmarting the defense of Philippine Air Force. Nag-freeze itong Philippine Air Force.
Oh, you don't want the eyebrows of John Vic De Guzman meeting at the middle because that's scary.
And
he means business.
You don't want his hair to be messy.
You said that, not me. 22-19. Air Force up by 3. Wait a minute. Okay, this point goes to the Air Force. They're now up by 4.
That was too wide for Villegas. His intention was nice. Gusto niyang paluin right there and then. Pero masyadong palubo yung bola niya.
23-19. Just to give a quick recap to our viewers. First set went to PLDT 25-22 in 23 minutes. Second set 25-19 in favor of the Air Force in 21 minutes. And right now the Air Force are looking good to get a 2-1 lead, but it's not yet over. Not yet over for PLDT here in set number 3. Oh, Umandal, the few times that Umandal commits an error.
A receiving error. I think he was expecting a powerful service from De Ocampo, kaya kinabig niya yung braso niya.
Now it's set point for the Air Force. De Ocampo, the lefty, with that serve. Setup job.
That time Umandal got that, and Alfafara was able to attack, pero solid block from the Philippine Air Force. That was the nice thing about Philippine Air Force in this set. Ang ganda ng net defense nila as well as their floor defense.
And the Air Force repeating what they did in set number 2 to the same tune. Look at that, 25-19, also in 21 minutes. Set 4 when we come back.
Di biro yung mga players dito kasi this is a professional league.
Iba yung labanan, mainit na mainit talaga.
Ibang level na to eh, hindi na to basta-basta.
Makikita nila siguro kung paano lumaban yung mga underdogs.
Wala naman team na hindi gigil manalo eh.
May expect lang nila na gagawin namin yung best namin.
Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays on One Sports, 91 on SD, 261 on HD if you're on Signal. And don't forget live stream there. Numbers here, Air Force getting this one into the same tune, 25-19.
Look at those numbers, Cheeky. 14 attacks versus just 8 from PLDT. 4 blocks, 2 aces, none from PLDT. And Cheeky, look at the adjustments from 11 errors in the first set. Now, third set, 1 error lang. And PLDT had 5 more errors.
Wow, and they have improved in that third set. That's why they're up by 1 set here, 2-1. But don't take the power hitters out of this match. Yes, Brian Bagunas and the rest of the Air Force are playing good music together. But if you go over to the other side, the PLDT home fiber power hitters, they will not take this sitting down. Sabi nga nila, gusto nilang bumawi, not only in that loss in the elimination round, but also get a 1-0 lead if they can do so.
That is really a great advantage kapag nakakuha mo yung first game dito sa semifinals. And for PLDT, as you mentioned, it is not yet over for them. Marami pang players na hindi natin nakikita dito sa PLDT. You know, Alfafara and Kiel, kanina ang ganda ng ginawa niya on the first set, but no, he has been silent in the second and third set, and we are expecting them to step up in this fourth set.
What you want for PLDT, if you're a fan of the home fiber power hitters, PLDT home fiber power hitters, you want a quick start here in set number 4.
And kanina napansin ko, binalik nila yung energy nila. Iba na rin yung mood nila. Now let us see if that will make a difference for PLDT.
Oh, look at that, Umandal gives PLDT a 2-0 lead here in set 4.
You see, Chiki, ito yung hindi natin nakita sa PLDT in the last two
Yes.
sets. Yung celebration after the attack or after the point. Look at that attack by Umandal. Clear path for him, cross-court attack, and you can see PLDT celebrating on that one.
Yun yung importante minsan, ano, yung to show each other and the opponents that you're having fun. Baguna scores the first point for the Air Force here in set 4. Brian serving. 1 serving 2. 18 points already for Bagunas. Oh!
That was a miscalculation by John Vic. Tinalon niya. Pero I think nagdalawang isip siya on the last second.
And although not on your screens, I checked on Coach Oji and he was just shaking his head with that smile on his face.
An outside for Bagunas on that service line.
So that gives PLDT a 1-point lead, 3-2. Umandal will serve. Setup job for Malabunga. Tied at 3.
Simple attack by Malabunga but deadly on that one. Nakita mo, ang bilis ng ginawa nila ni Lopez. And that gave a point for Philippine Air Force.
Once again, PLDT on the attack. That combination backfired. So the lead goes back to the Air Force 4-3.
That was somehow a miscommunication from PLDT.
Abdilia late in going after that ball.
Nag-isip siya kung tatakbo siya or magda-dive. Last second nag-dive siya but it was too late.
And you saw that smile on Publico's face earlier as if to say, buti na lang na late si Ranran. Tabla tayo dito sa set number 4. 4 apiece. Now we're just trying up some wet spots here. Nope, that's not yet the service there of Sumagaysay.
Sumagaysay playing around on that one.
See that the sign being given here by Lopez on what they're going to do. Jesse going to Abdilia.
That ball hit the antenna.
And coach, rather Ranran Abdilia trying to appeal his case to Renega Spilio, second referee Renega Spilio. But it didn't work. Jesse, one-hand set, too high there for Saura.
That was an over-receive from Bagunas, I think. That resulted for Jesse to just do a one-hand set. Pero masyadong mataas, Saura was already there.
So the lead is now with the power hitters, 6-4. Abdilia off the block. And they cut the lead of PLDT down to 1. Gampong will be serving for the Jet Spikers. Good serve by Mads. Silang. Going to Publico. Pancake worked. Off speed for Abdilia. Was soft.
Miscalculation by Abdilia on that one. I think, ano na siya eh. Ang layo na ng bola sa kanya. Gusto niyang soft touch lang pero malayo siya sa net.
Miscalculation lang talaga, no? So PLDT up by 2, 7-5, but nope. They're down. That lead is down to 1. Service error from John Vic de Guzman. And John Vic trying to psych himself up, saying, okay ako. I'm gonna get back.
Committed a few errors here in this set, pero as John Vic de Guzman, kilala natin siya, babawi siya.
Oh, yes. And you like that if you're the coach of John Vic, Coach Oji, willing to get back. 8-6 is our score. PLDT home fiber power hitters up by 2. Here in set number 4 as we take our first technical timeout.
Bawan, kamu nakakuha ka nung ano lang.
Saan tapat mo?
Yung dalawang gilid natin, yung dalawang wing natin na depensa, libero or quicker, papasok kayo. Ha? Yung matataas sa likod na yun.
Pinipilit yung bumelo dito. Kumuha ka muna sa kanan, papunta sa kaliwa. Aluhin mo muna bago ka pumunta sa kaliwa. Huwag niyo kunin yung block mo galing sa kaliwa papunta sa kanan. Kumuha ka muna sa kanan, papunta sa kaliwa. Ha? Ayun ang block natin, target. Kaya lumulusot sa PLDT.
We're back in Paco Arena in Manila. Live on One Sports is your Spikers Turf Reinforced Conference semifinals. Air Force against the Power Hitters, PLDT Power Hitters. And here in set number 4, PLDT up by 2, 8-6. Bagunas sends it home.
Grabe yung atake na yun from Bagunas.
Right in front of us, Mosh.
Look at that leap and the load that he put in that. Grabe.
Lead the PLDT down to a point. Off speed. Oh!
Oh!
Go, nice save there by Malabunga. Keeping that ball alive. Umandal. Back to PLDT. They go back to Joshua.
And that is wide for Joshua Umandal on that one. And let's look at that. Kanina, ang ganda ng receives nila. Tatlo lang sila. Malabunga, Bagunas, and Gampong. One-hand receive lang to get that ball over to PLDT side.
Yun yung beauty dun sa sinabi mo. You go back a few plays before. What was responsible for that point? Umandal, however, says, let me take it back. And Malabunga apologizing immediately to Coach Ville for that miscue.
He knows na yun yung trabaho niya.
Kiel going to the corner pocket.
Just on the line. Kiel getting a point for PLDT.
That's the hardest target you can aim for. 2-point lead for PLDT. Lopez going to Bagunas. Again, spear-like hit.
Even with two blockers, Sumagaysay and Silang were there, pero baliwala kay Bagunas.
Talagang living up to their name. Air Force Jet Spikers flying like a jet was Bagunas. Silang, that's the first time we've seen that in this match.
Really?
Diba?
Yes, that's the first time.
Lopez hasn't done it. First time is coming from Silang.
And he got a point out of it. Bagunas knew it na gagawin yun ni Silang pero hindi niya naabutan yung bola. Wow!
Malabunga. Now,
first ball from Malabunga. Jesse Lopez knew na tatalon pa rin itong si Malabunga, setting him up.
but to the kids out there, what we want to point out is this. Malabunga kept his eyes on that ball as it hit the net. And because of that, he got a good first ball and was rewarded with a hit. And on the other end, some color here as Sumagaysay scores and delivers a stare down.
Sumagaysay has been silent in this game now. We are looking forward for him to be activated in this set, especially in this set dahil itong fourth set very important for PLDT as well as for Philippine Air Force. Kasi pag nakuha ng Philippine Air Force, tapos na. Pero itong PLDT, makuha nila, meron pa tayong isang set.
Abdilia scores for the Air Force, lead of PLDT down to a point. Going back to what you mentioned, you're right, this is not a safe lead for PLDT. But if they can continue doing what they're doing here in set number 4, we're going to have a set number 5 for sure. Off the block, Pablico scores.
Pablico needs to do that more often off the block. Pero knowing Pablico, kaya rin niyang lusutan itong blockers ng Philippine Air Force.
Pero to your point, kayo mga analysts, if you're not successful in piercing that defense,
off the block.
Diba? Use it to your advantage. Lopez going to Abdilia. Scoring off the block, and John Vic trying to save that ball, and Abdilia trying to have that light moment with John Vic. Pero hindi yata nag-smile si John Vic pabalik. Hindi muna.
Very, very focused itong si John Vic in this game.
Hindi muna. I mean, these guys are friends of the court, of course. But not when you're battling in a best-of-3 semifinals. That was low for Abdilia.
That was a ball handling violation. Nakuha na kasi niya sa taas, kinuha pa rin niya sa baba, and that wasn't a block. That's why considered yun na error.
The lead of PLDT goes up to 2 again. Johnvic making sure of that serve. Abdilia. Binawi pabalik. Targeting Johnvic on the other side.
Zone 1 for Abdilia on that one. Johnvic, nandun siya. Pero hindi pa rin sapat yung positioning niya para makuha niya yung bola ni Ranran.
13 serving 14. Service error for Abdilia gives PLDT another 2-point lead. Ito yung storya natin, and then all of a sudden in the latter part, magkakahiwalay bigla. Jesse going to Brian. And that's another point here for the Air Force.
Brian Bagunas, kahit anong gawin mo, powerful attack, just placing, nagagawa niya talaga ng paraan.
But let's see if the Air Force can do something about this and close it in set 4. Or, well, the power hitters force a rubber match or rubber set in set number 5. Whoa! Umandal.
Again, umandal. Giving light for PLDT on that one. Ang ganda ng mga atake ni Umandal.
Power hitters up by 2, 16-14 as we go to the second technical timeout of this set.
Hindi yung running na 100 kph. Yung tempo lang. Sakto lang yung dating ng bola sa setter yung pagdaan mo. Hindi yung bola, nire-receive pa lang, nasa likuran ka na. Kaya magpakita ka. Diba? Land, shoot, tsaka gitna. Red. Tawa, may red ha. Yung depensa natin.
Games on Sunday here in Paco Arena, July 14. It's Santa Elena versus Signal HD and PLDT versus Air Force. This is Game 2 of the semifinals, and all games will be live, exclusive on One Sports on that day. So Game 1 will be played today, Game 2 on Sunday, July 14. Air Force on the attack. Bagunas flying high again, but it soars out.
Masyadong na-excite dito si Brian Bagunas on that attack. Ang layo ng approach niya, but still, lumabas yung bola. Masyado siyang na-excite. And look at him apologizing to his teammates. Now, a service error from Kiel, giving a point to Philippine Air Force.
That last-second decision of Abdilia to evade that ball actually paid off.
Kukunin niya, pero iniwasan na lang niya.
Lopez, good serve. It's an ace for Lopez.
Misreceived by Pablico on that one. Now in this set, mas marami yung errors ng PLDT.
21 excellent sets and an ace for Jesse. Power hitters up by a point. They're up by 2. Umandal continues to sizzle.
3 blockers for Umandal, but still, he got that point out of that attack.
18-16. Over receive. Gampong. Johnvic going with a soft one. At ito yung sinasabi mong babawi ako ni Johnvic de Guzman.
Alam niya masyadong naka-atras si Bagunas on that one. Drop ball na lang ginawa ni Johnvic, and that was effective. Look at that.
Woo.
2 blockers pero masyadong malayo yung libero and si Bagunas.
Gampong going with the off-speed. The pancake of Silang did not work.
Gampong did the same thing, just dropping that ball.
2-point lead for PLDT. Not a safe lead here, but any lead is welcomed right now by the power hitters.
And since it is the 4th set, they really need this lead and they need this set to extend this game to a 5th set.
Bagunas. Silang on the other end. They go to Johnvic. Umandal! Umandar na naman ang talino ni Umandal.
Just dropping the ball, Umandal getting a point for PLDT. And nakita natin yung mga last plays, Cheeky. Puro drop balls yung nangyayari. Look at that.
And he's just having fun here. You know what? I think he's playing relaxed and loose.
He is really relaxed. Ganito talaga yung laro ni Umandal. Hindi, parang never ko pa siya nakita na may
Na-tense,
nagpapakita ng emotion.
Oh, or stressed out. Hindi. But it always happens when we praise them. They more often than not, they commit an error.
Apologizing to Coach Oji.
But PLDT, they have this small luxury of committing those small errors or errors here and there because they're up by 2.
But they need to pull away for them to get this set. And they need that error from Malabunga.
And although not on your screens, I saw Coach Ville with that familiar erasing his face because of that service error. (21 serving 18). Over receive, it's a gift. And Publico takes it with open arms.
As we can see, nawawala yung focus nitong Philippine Air Force because of the energy that PLDT is giving.
4-point lead for PLDT. Lopez going to Abdilia. Back to the black and red. Silang goes to Publico. Rejected at the net by Saura.
Solid block by Saura and Gampong on that one.
Now the lead of the power hitters down to 3.
Now Ismail is now back in this court for Philippine Air Force.
De Ocampo as well has been fielded back in. He will be serving for the Chet Spikers. Silang going to Publico. De Ocampo. Look at that. Abdilia ginawa ng paraan. John Vic. Montero sets up Ismail. Pancake was good, but that ball was too far for De Guzman to reach.
That was a nice decision by Ismail. Yung approach niya parang papalo siya, but ginawa niya drop ball dahil nakita niya wala na namang tao dito sa PLDT to get that one.
Gitna pa rin. Last na? Isang pasa. Tuloy nyo dito sa kanan, kailangan magkombinasyon. Dulo. Medyo, sino na ba ang katapat mo doon? Si Pausi na. Kaya mo yan, ha? Taas, magbababa, ha? One pass, eh!
Wow, I mean, coaches, they do not only give marching orders on one side, they also check sinong kaharap mo on the other positioning and then they decide rather on what play to call.
Look, that's Coach Oji Mamon. Ganun talaga yung ginagawa niya. Tinitingnan niya yung opponent and kung sino yung katapat para alam niya kung saan mas maganda yung point of offense nila.
But at least in that last sequence, they need not go to that play because there was a service error that came from the Air Force. (23-20). Power hitters up by 3.
Now Solis and Villegas is now in for PLDT. Solis has been solid also in this game.
You came prepared, huh? Mosh, that was a good one there. De Ocampo. Abdilia.
And that was not over for Abdilia on that one, giving a point to PLDT. Now, just one more point for PLDT and they will get this fourth set.
Set point, you're watching the semis for your Spikers Serve 2019 Reinforced Conference only here on One Sports. All important possession here for Air Force. Abdilia rejected. One more try, Ismail off speed. Chance for PLDT to tie the set count. Not yet. One more try, Publico. De Ocampo going to Abdilia, who sends it home.
Abdilia refuses to end this set. Getting a point for Philippine Air Force. Hindi pa tapos, Cheeky. Not yet over.
24-21. We are literally sitting at the edge of our seats here. And I won't be surprised if you guys at home are also doing the same. Mosuela takes the place of Abdilia. He'll be serving for the Air Force. (21) serving 24. Can PLDT tie it with this attack? They do. Off the block. Solis ends set number 4.
I told you Solis is really solid in this game, ending in this set by his attack. And you know what, PLDT, nabuhay ulit sila dito sa 4th set. Ang ganda ng ginawa nila in the start. Yun pala, makita mo na gustong-gusto nila manalo in this 4th set.
21 minutes only in the 4th set. We are tied 2 sets apiece. We got that last 5th set when we come back. Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays on One Sports, Channel 91 in standard definition, 261 on HD, live stream as well. Don't forget that your Spikers Surf 2019 Reinforced Conference, and we are live right now here in Paco Arena. Let's look at the numbers in set number 4 going PLDT's way.
Look at that. PLDT had 14 attacks and just 13 from Philippine Air Force. Pero hindi yun yung nag-define ng game. The errors again of the Philippine Air Force. Bumalik sila, Cheeky, dito sa double digits. They had 10 and PLDT just had 6 service aces, 1 apiece, and just 1 block from Philippine Air Force. So yun yung nawala dito sa Philippine Air Force on that last set. Nawala yung blocking department nila. Though maganda pa rin yung floor defense nila, pero etong PLDT ang nagbago kasi. Binalik nila yung energy nila on the first set, kaya nakuha nila yung momentum.
And I like again what you have called out here. Errors, no? Yung errors ang nagiging difference, yung nagiging Waterloo. Ika nga ng Air Force, and that's why they lost set number 4. But forget those first 4 sets. We are in this final set. Race to 15.
Just 15.
John Vic scores the first point for PLDT in set number 5. And whoever gets this one will have a 1-0 lead in our very short best-of-3 semis.
Now, every time merong 5-setter game, you know, just forget the first 4 sets and itong 5th set ang pinaka-importante. Kung sino yung mauna, definitely yun yung kukuha ng game. But in this one, as we can see, fired up itong Philippine Air Force and PLDT.
2-0, off the way, good start are the men in black and red. And Joshua Mandal serving for PLDT. Air Force, they need a point. They go to Gampong and they do. Off the block.
Kanina pa ang ganda rin ng palo ni Gampong. Off the block, nakakascore siya. Minsan clear path din siya na diretso yung palo niya sa floor. Pero ang laki ng contribution nito ni Gampong dito sa Philippine Air Force in this game.
Brian will be serving. It's 1-2. And that's a service error, giving PLDT again a 2-point lead.
Now, if you are in the 5th set, you know, unforced errors, really, kailangan mong iwasan yan and you have to play your game. Kailangan ang score mo and ang score ng kabila. Yung pinaghirapan mo.
Lopez going to Abdilia. And the Air Force, they get their second point. What happened here? Wait a minute. Referee Bob motioning to John Vic to hold on. I want to talk to second referee Rene Gaspilio.
I think he was signing. Oh, he called a dead ball on that one.
So that point will be removed. We'll check. So it's a dead ball.
It was a dead ball because yung first call niya, nagkamali dito si Coach Bob. I think nauna lang yung pito niya. So, dead ball na lang yung tatawagin niya because it was his mistake.
So our score remains at 3-1 in favor of PLDT here in set number 5. Lopez flying high is Bagunas. Oh, did it hit the line? No, it didn't.
That was out for PLDT, and that one nakita natin ang ganda ng rally, good floor defense for both teams as well as good offense. Pero yun nga, na-miscalculate lang, lumabas agad yung bola.
3-2, PLDT hang on to a 1-point lead. John Vic going to the back, Malabunga was there. Abdilia ties it at 3.
2 blockers, De Guzman and Kiel, but Abdilia was able to attack properly and ang ganda, nalusutan niya yung blockers nitong PLDT. Look at that. Nahuli kasi ng konti itong si Kiel, but still the power of Abdilia, you cannot stop that.
And it's an ace by Malabunga. So the lead swings back here to the Air Force, 4-3.
And also, it feels like yung momentum lumipat agad dito sa Philippine Air Force after that attack from Abdilia.
13 points already for Malabunga. One hand set. Lopez setting up Saura. Silang opting to go to Publico.
Nice receive by Ranran.
Publico once more. Trying to go corner pocket. It goes out.
That is out by Publico. I think, Cheeky, nanggigigil itong PLDT in this set. Masyado silang nagmamadali.
Now, we all know that Air Force loaded by veteran players here. 5-3, Air Force up by 2. Lopez going to Abdilia. He failed that time around, and PLDT cuts the lead of the Air Force down to 1.
That was not over for Ranran that time. Hindi lumusot yung bola. Dumaretso sa net.
Wow. I love it here in Spiker Surf. So quick recap here. Set 1 went to PLDT, 2 and 3 went to the Air Force. Set 4 went back to PLDT. That's why we have this 5th and final set. Oh, Lopez. Publico rejected.
Solid block by Saura and Gampong on that Publico's attack. And if you can see Saura, right after he blocked, napapikit siya, and I think he whispered thank you.
That sigh of relief, no? After that
yeah.
miscom with Lopez. Jet Spikers up by 2 here. Power hitters, they need a point here. Lopez going to Abdilia. Going off speed, and it worked.
You know, really, the maturity of Philippine Air Force is really being effective here in this set. Nakikita natin, ang ganda ng decision makings nila.
7-4 is our score. Air Force up by 3. Let's listen into this huddle.
Tatlo, ikaw nakatago ka dito. Yung drop ball dito, hindi mo makuha. Dito ka sa gilid, makikita mo yung bola na yan. Pero kung nakatago ka sa likod ng tatlo, ang layo mo pa. Ha? Ilang beses na nilagsan dyan. Makapulot ka ng isa dyan, maatake natin, malaking bagay.
Isang receive mo na.
Sabong bilabaon nakapwesto. Hindi bali sana kung... Alam mo yun?
First time that I saw Coach Oji use that playboard talking to Ronchet Villegas, pleading that they get that one, just one of those drop balls or off-speed shots just to have a chance.
Kasi nawawala yung placing nila pagdating sa defense, kaya hindi nila nakukuha yung drop balls na ganun. Kaya hindi sila nakaka-atake, just like that. Look at that, giving a chance ball to Philippine Air Force.
Abdilia making sure that they take advantage of that chance ball.
Definitely, the momentum is at the Philippine Air Force side right now.
Change over here in set number 5. And in this short break here, Air Force, let me say it, up by 4 points, 8-4. We are in our 5th set here in our best of 3. It's the number 2 Air Force meeting the number 3 PLDT. In their first meeting in June 18, Air Force getting that one in 5 sets. Wow. So let's see if that last meeting will be repeated here, or if PLDT can still salvage this one. And Ranran Abdilia just turned it on here in the 5th set.
Consistent attacks from Ranran Abdilia. Para nakita natin, unstoppable na dito si Ranran in this set.
9-4, Air Force up here. There's a service error, however, from Gampong. Five serving 9. Pablico. Good serve there. Lopez going back to Abdilia. Rejected. Lopez still going to Abdilia. Off speed. Umandal to the back. It's good.
Again, Umandal getting a point for PLDT when they needed it the most.
Now the lead of the Air Force down to 3. Hang on to your seats. Paolo Pablico serving again. They're down by 3. Lopez still going to Abdilia, and he delivers again.
Abdilia is really unstoppable in this set.
Lead of the Air Force. Umabot na ng 4 muli, 10-6. Bagunas to the back, it's out.
Too wide for Bagunas on that one. Now they're just 5 points away in getting this set, but it is not yet over for PLDT. Marami pang pwedeng mangyari.
6 serving 10. Bagunas blocked, and he scores off the block. Our score 11-7 in favor of the Jet Spikers. Oh, but that's a service error by Francis Saura. Giving some life here to PLDT. They are still within striking distance, only down by 3, Mosh.
This is not yet over in the 5th set. Ang daming pang pwede mangyari, ang dami pa nilang pwedeng gawin And I think PLDT is not yet losing hope. Makikita natin, mas pinapumped up nila yung isa't isa para lumaban pa.
Quick one for Malabunga, did not work. Good save there by Abdilia. Can they save it? They do! But that floor was open. Sumagaysay says, I will take that open space.
Sumagaysay, knowing where to put that one. But kudos to Philippine Air Force running all throughout here. Pinakuha nila, nabalik pa nila yung bola. But Sumagaysay was there.
11-9, 2-point lead for the Air Force. Bagunas! It's in!
Cross-court attack by Bagunas. Really, the attackers of the Philippine Air Force, ang ganda ng ginagawa. Not just Bagunas and Abdilia, also Malabunga and Gampong and the other attackers.
De Guzman rejected, but he scores off the block. Gampong pleading his case with our referee, saying that John Vic may have touched it. But the verdict has been given. That's a point for PLDT. Joshua with that serve. They're down by 2. Lopez going to Malabunga. Did not work there. Lopez going to Gampong. And Gampong scores.
Really, Cheeky, this game is giving me goosebumps.
Oh, yes, indeed. My goodness. 13-10 in favor of the Air Force. Now we got this timeout. We will listen into this huddle.
Ikaw nasa gitna ka na eh. Ang play 1 natin nasa dulo. Bakit sa gitna ka papunta?
Sundan lang yung wicket. Sundan ko lang yung wicket.
Doon lang, sundan mo lang yung wicket. Doon ka lang tumalon sa may wicket. Huwag sa lagpas na dalawang tao sa kanya. Pau, si Gampong yung nandito sa blatter mo. Baka maibaon mo sa kanya.
Bilis kamay, bilis kamay.
Ready, go!
So Coach Oji, you know, still giving those marching orders. Alam niya pwede pa ito. They're only down by 3 points.
And we said it earlier and we will say it again. It is not yet over. Ang dami pang pwedeng mangyari. And now that both teams are pumped out, we can see the fire on their faces. Ang ganda ng nilalaro nila.
Publico going to the back.
And that will go to PLDT side. That one was inside for Publico.
13-11, 2-point lead for the Air Force. Sumagaysay will serve. Lopez going to Gampong down the line. It's out.
His intention was nice, pero masyado niyang kinabig yung palo niya. That's why lumabas yung bola and umandal. For the first time, nakitaan ko siya ng emotion.
Sige lang, isang patay lang tayo. Lamang pa rin tayo. Kailangan lang natin mapatay. Sa ikutan naman pa rin tayo. Go, 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 go!
We'd always hear this from the coaches on the receiving end. Have that nice first ball to stop whatever run the other side is doing.
And also, para maka-atake sila ng maayos. Because kapag hindi mo nakuha ng maganda yung first ball, magkaka-struggle itong si Jesse Lopez to set his attackers up. And let's see if Sumagaysay can point out of that service line.
First ball is good. Lopez going to Abdilia. What's the verdict? It goes the way of the Air Force.
Inside for Ranran Abdilia. Konting-konti lang, Cheeky. That was a close call.
Match point for the Jet Spikers. Serving is Malabunga. One hand set. Publico.
Good floor defense on that one.
Abdilia finishes it off. Scoring off the block, and the Air Force getting set number 5 15-12.
Great teamwork for the Philippine Air Force right there. Not just Abdilia, not just Malabunga, not just Bagunas, but the other players as well, especially in the floor defense, because really they cannot attack like that if not for their teammates.
Al-Nakran Abdilia sealing the deal for the Air Force in the 5th set in 15 minutes. Our score 15-12 in that last set, going the way of the Philippine Air Force. We'll take a quick break. We will be right back. Pagtanong ng walang mic. Test muna ako, mic test. Mic test, mic test. Check, check. And the Air Force getting this one in 5 sets. Kasama natin ating best player of the match, Ran Abdilia. Ran, first set natin kanina, parang flat ang umpisa ninyo. And then you got sets 2 and 3. Ikaw din, parang slow start. Pero nung dulo, bigla kang pumalo. Where did you get that energy?
Medyo napagod kami sa biyahe kasi kagabi alas 8 na kami dumating. And yun nga, medyo mahaba yung biyahe namin. Bale, mga 3 hours. And ayun, siguro nung una kasi nawalan lang kami ng receive. Blockings namin medyo hindi ganun katibay ngayon. So ayun, kaya nakuha nila yung first set.
Yung mga sets na hindi nyo na nakuha, yung errors nyo, napakadami. Anong sabi ni Coach for you to be able to address that at mapagpatuloy yung magandang nilalaro ninyo?
Unang-una kasi kailangan lang namin i-recover yung receive namin kasi yun yung pinaka... Pag naka-receive kami ng maayos, automatic yung atake namin, lalo na dyan si Brian Bagunas, and of course pupuntos agad yun.
June 18, unang best kayo nagtagpo ng PLDT, nakuha nyo yun in 5 sets. Game number 1, nakuha ninyo ng 5 sets. Ano ba, sa linggo ba, tatapusin na nyo yung series para pumunta sa finals?
Yes, pipilitin namin makuha yung para siyempre hindi na kami mahihirapan pa, and of course makapasok kami agad ng finals. Yung PLDT kasi alam namin talagang gustong bumawi yan from last conference pa. Ayun, yun po.
Ran, live tayo sa One Sports. Pagkakataon mo nang mag-shoutout, bumate sa lahat ng humahanga sa'yo, sa Air Force at gayon din sa Spikers Turf.
Sa lahat po nanonood ngayon and sumusuporta sa Philippine Air Force, salamat po sa walang tuloy na, walang na suporta sa amin, and of course, enjoy the game po.
Ran Abdilia, best player of the match. Congratulations. Mosh, walk me through the highlights again.
Congratulations to the Philippine Air Force getting this first game in the best of 3 series in the semifinals. Now in the first set, Philippine Air Force had a slow start. PLDT had a great blocking and they had good receives. Also, they were very focused and they brought their winning mentality in the first set. Now look at the numbers. Philippine Air Force had 11 errors and PLDT just 4 errors. The attacks mas maraming Philippine Air Force, but as we mentioned earlier, etong errors ng Philippine Air Force yung pumatay on the first set. Now on the second set, Philippine Air Force was able to get that because they were able to minimize their errors and gumanda na rin yung blockings and atake nila.
Tama ka doon. Yung errors in set number 2 from 11, they brought it down to only 4. And sabi nga ni Ranran, napagod kami sa biyahe, but slowly he picked it up from there and they were able to get set number 2.
Look at that big difference from the error department. 4 errors na lang coming from 11 in the first set. Now in the third set, they also got that one. Philippine Air Force, they had good offense coming from Gampong, Abilia, and of course Bagunas. And we also see Malabunga on that net defense. Really superb action from them.
And true to what Abdilia said, he joined forces with those players that you mentioned. They got set number 3. They were able to limit their errors again.
Just one error in the third set, and that really made a difference. Now in the fourth set, PLDT bumawi, nabuhay. Ang ganda ng energy nila, atake. There was Solis, umandal, sumagaysay on that one. And kita natin, gustong-gusto pa rin manalo ng PLDT. That's why they were able to get that fourth set. Look at that. And the Philippine Air Force, again, losing sets. Yung errors nila, now they had 10 errors.
And in set number 5, nawala na yung pagod. They know the importance of this match. They want to continue their mastery of PLDT. Led by Ranran Abdilia, the Air Force sealed the deal in set 5.
Really, Ranran Abdilia was unstoppable in the fifth set. Nakita mo kahit sang posisyon pumapalo to si Ranran Abdilia. Powerful attacks and even drop balls, and he was able to get a win for Philippine Air Force. Look at kahit grabe yung errors ng Philippine Air Force, 42 errors compared to PLDT just having 19, but the attacks cheeky. They had 71 versus just 52 from PLDT because itong PLDT hindi nila nakukuha ng maganda yung first balls, kaya mas nakaka-atake itong Philippine Air Force.
Nakuha ng Air Force ang game 1 ng best of 3 against PLDT. Well, we got one more semi-series. It's Signal HC Spikers going up against Santa Elena Ball Hammers for the semifinals of your Spiker Surf on One Sports. We'll be right back.